I'm Zach. Welcome to It's Dangerous to Go Alone Drink This, a podcast where I invite my friends to come and discuss our favorite games. Each episode, my guests and I challenge each other to discover or design a drink that we believe encapsulates some essence of the game. Game mechanics, personal tales, and remarkable refreshments are all fair game, so sit back, relax, and have a drink with us. Quick disclaimer, this episode was recorded some time ago as a bit of a proof of concept, so some of the information we talk about may be a little outdated or lacking some details from the new updates to the game, but regardless, it should still be a fun chat. And to give some background for those that aren't familiar with the game, this is taken directly from the Deep Rock Steam page. Deep Rock Galactic is a 1-to-4 player co-op FPS featuring badass space dwarves, 100% destructible environments, procedurally generated caves, and endless hordes of alien monsters. Work together as a team to dig, explore, and fight your way through a massive cave system filled with hordes of deadly enemies and valuable resources. You will need to rely on your teammates if you want to survive the most hostile cave systems in the galaxy. Okay, so welcome to the first episode of It's Dangerous to Go Alone Drink This. I'm Zach with my friends Lhito and Matt. For anyone who hasn't seen it yet, well, obviously no one has, it's the first one. It's going to be a podcast just talking about games that we like playing and making up some drinks to go along with it. So today we're talking about Deep Rock Galactic. I guess should we start with the drink or start with something about the game?
Let's start with the drink. I want to try one of these things.
So, this is essentially a mudslide, but then I put in a little bit of red sugar on the outside, and then I got morkite and oh my god, I'm blanking on nitro. And there's a little surprise inside. I'm just naming it Mining for Gold. And you will see why.
Question.
But, yeah.
You can only eat red sugar if you've taken damage. Am I about to get beat?
Oh. Okay. Should have asked.
Now you know.
Okay. Crunchy.
Yeah, very sweet. Just straight
into
the bite.
Frozen crunchy.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically just a mudslide. Okay. Yeah, okay, so Deep Rock, we should probably explain. Do one of you guys want to
I'll explain it.
Sure. Yeah.
So Deep Rock is basically, it's an indie game that came out 2 years ago by Ghost Ship Games, I think, is the developer. Simple premise, it's 4-player co-op. You play as 4 different dwarves on a big space mining rig, and you work for a company called Deep Rock Galactic. And the basic premise is you have 4 different classes. Those 4 dwarves go on various mining missions to get the resources, or if there's a crash, materials, equipment, on Praxis Prime? Hoxus Prime. It's been a while.
Oh. No, yeah.
It's Hoxus. It's Hoxus. And on Hoxus, it's, very dangerous planets, multiple biomes, a lot of different bug enemies.
Yeah, all the enemies are bugs. So it's a co-op game. So we're all on a team and then fighting the bugs.
Not all the enemies are bugs.
Some of them.
There's firebugs.
Firebugs, yeah, those are the worst.
Oh, those will come up with
Sometimes you have the enemies you've made along the way.
The enemies you've made along the way. Muted.
Sometimes we're also
the end of the podcast.
Sometimes we're the enemies to each other.
Yeah, because there's friendly fire.
There's a lot of friendly fire.
So gotta be careful of that, especially with those firebugs.
Yeah, firebugs are awful creatures.
The miner has the best firebugs.
Yeah. You wanted to explain the classes?
Yeah, we could talk about those. So, I'll say so. There's 4 classes. It's the miner, the scout, gunner, and what am I missing? Engineer.
The one you forget. I see.
Okay. Yeah, each of them has their own specialty. So scout will be obviously a scout, but so they have a grappling hook so they can zip around and get into hard to reach places.
They're like
flares.
Sniper.
Yeah, they have. Well, that's the second gun you can unlock.
Yeah.
Because each of them start with so you start with a primary gun, a secondary gun, and then you'll have some sort of utility and I guess, is it 2 utilities?
2 utilities.
bomb.
Two kinds of utilities. Oh yeah, and like a grenade.
Yeah.
And each class has its own ones that they can go into the game with. And so the scout is very like set up the room, see what's
High
going
mobility,
on. High mobility.
low damage.
Yeah, they don't do a ton. Well,
Well, the rifle they do.
can.
But
It's just they're not meant to do.
No.
Like they're not made specifically to do
they're to
damage.
stay alive and heal people.
Yeah, everyone in the game can do a little bit of
They're
everything.
built different.
Yeah, actually, that's one of the things I really like about the game. You know, you get the 4 classes; they all feel unique, and they never feel like I have no point in doing this class. And I always like all the classes.
Unless you play with these fools.
Yeah, because kind of like what you're saying. I think that this game, at least compared to like other games, I think it has the best balance between classes. Like all 4 of them feel fun. There's something that I can get out of each one.
What's your favorite class?
Okay, so it was.
We debated this before.
Yeah, we talked about this a lot. Which actually, I guess we never finished the classes quick.
Okay,
So maybe we should quick run
Sure.
through. So yeah, so Scout. So the Miner has these big giant drills. Their whole thing is just digging through walls and into. I mean, that's kind of their mobility, is like getting around to hard to reach places by digging. And then they have a flamethrower. And then the Gunner obviously has a giant gun. And they also have the zip lines, so also a way to get to hard to reach places. Oh yeah, they got the shield
No one
throwable.
remembers.
No one remembers.
No one ever. And then what's the one? Oh, engineer. Well, you're an engineer. You wanna?
Oh, you don't even know what an engineer is?
No, I mean, I can-
I've been
okay,
working
fine,
for this
fine.
company
All
for
right.
years. You don't even know what I do? Okay.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think the company cares about us as the miners.
No.
Just from the like, you
They
touch
care
a
about the
barrel,
barrels
Yeah.
in the
The
bag.
management.
The bag.
But yeah, so okay, so engineer has these turrets they can place, and you can like refill the ammo on the turrets, and they'll basically Torbjorn.
Yeah,
And-
Torbjorn
yeah.
from Overwatch.
And then they have their mobility things. They have this little gun that shoots like platforms, and so you can like make
Waffles.
bridges. Yeah, they look like waffles or cheese.
Ooh.
I also think it looks like cheese.
Cheese.
Okay.
But yeah, you can make like bridges. You can make like stairs and stuff. A lot of cool things you can do with that.
Well, that's how they sync really well with the other classes. You know, like the scout can use the platforms to get higher, and because with the zip line you can just fall.
Or
But
the
with
grappling hook.
The grappling hook.
Scouts
Platform.
are known to be suicidal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. The zip lines can be used for the less mobile characters. I think there's a lot of synergy in those classes.
Yeah. Oh no, definitely. And that's part of why I like the way they make the classes. But yeah. Okay. So now we could get into favorites. So my favorite used to be Miner, and now Scout is starting to take it. I don't know. I don't like how the Scout can't do as much damage, but I love how they can get into like wherever they need to. And then if you get in trouble, you basically just Call of Duty Zombies like train, and you just use the grappling hook and like zip over here, shoot a bit, zip over here, shoot a bit, zip over here, shoot a bit, like, and just kind of keep doing that.
You're a good distraction.
It's a very good distraction, yeah. But I don't know. The Miner. I still love.
Driller, you mean?
Or Driller. Yeah,
Driller.
I've been calling it Miner.
I've been
this
calling
whole
it
time.
Miner. I think
It's Driller. It's Driller.
All
Yeah.
characters are over 18.
Cut that out.
I was not expecting that. Sorry, best friend. But yeah. So those are mine. What about you guys?
Well, mine has always been the scout. I love the scout, and we'll get into Karl, which is the legendary character. He was a scout. I love scout for basically the same reason you explained, but my other favorite character would probably be Gunner, because it's just traditional FPS. You're just shooting stuff. You're throwing up your zip lines. You are just going in and shooting things. And it sounds simple, but you have a very good role because you have the most damage output. You have the anti-aircraft gun that you can get, the minigun, and you just start shredding like the big tanky enemies. And I love Gunner.
Well, I love with Gunner you can use the zip lines. I love doing the spider webs.
Oh yeah, me too.
Like,
And
set
you
up
just
the
like
room,
have it all around the
all
room.
over.
But then I get stuck in there.
Well, yeah, because like my favorite thing with Gunner is when you're in the zip line, because the bugs will like they can't. Well, some of them can.
Some.
most of them can't fly, so they're like, but they can walk on walls. So they're trying to like follow you, but they can't get to you. So you just like start zipping this way, and you're just shooting at them, and then you just zip the other way and start shooting at them. You just kind of hover like in the middle. I love that. Oh, also, I saw that you got that.
I got that secret surprise.
Do you know what that is, or is supposed to be at least?
Is it? I mean, it's a cat, right?
Yeah. That's the
I don't know, it's a cat within.
So it's supposed to be condensed gold.
Oh,
That's why it's
I
called.
thought you were gonna go
Dig for
Blooper.
gold.
Oh, loot bug would have been good too.
Okay, I like it though.
But yeah. My idea was that like if you, okay, so I tried to do it with simple syrup, but I couldn't get it to freeze.
Wait, what is this then?
It's just water with food coloring.
Oh, okay.
That's all it is. Yeah,
It's just an ice cube.
yeah.
I'll take it.
But yeah, so it's supposed to be like kind of like golden.
That's
like,
cool.
color.
I like
and then,
that.
And then I mean you got your minerals and the red sugar.
I love
And then the rest is
idea.
supposed to be mudslide because you're digging through.
Sure. Digging through gold.
And we're talking about
We're
a game
talking
about
about
digging.
digging.
Minecraft.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so what's your favorite?
Yeah, what's your
obviously engineer.
Yeah, I'm the only weird guy, the engineer. It's not much, but it's honest work. I make a nice safe zone for my friends while he's diddling around up there doing nothing on his little spider webs.
We could be friends with the scout.
That's true, I
We can
guess.
do the-
I give you the waffles, and then you Lego the gold.
I Lego your ego.
Yeah, copyrighted. But basically, I put the turret down, I like farm it, I raise it, I water it, I tend it, it gets strong, and then I kind of sit there and it does the work for me. I get the cool weapons, like I get
It's called
lasers.
the
and
lazy
stuff.
Yeah, what I'm
man's
hearing is
class.
lazy.
Hey, I'm out here mining, I'm putting my time in, the clock in, management loves me.
You know what? As a scout, I'm saving your butt when they're just beating you
You're
to
saving
death.
my butt. Get out.
I have healed you more times than you can count.
when I'm not engineering.
Yeah, usually I'm the cause of your death.
Yeah,
anyway,
exactly.
like, you know.
Yeah, the other downside with scout that I was just thinking is the cave leeches.
Gosh,
When they,
I
like,
hate the cave leeches.
Yeah, because you zip into a room and you're going across and all of a sudden just get grabbed and you're like, oh, I should have looked first.
That is the other thing. Their enemy variety, like, it seems small, but then the more you play it and the harder difficulties you get down, you get some insane things to deal
They
with.
do it in such a cool way where like they take like a basic idea, right? So like the base glyphid is just the thing that runs around,
Mhm.
and they're just like, okay, we're gonna make that, then we're gonna make the tanky one, then we're gonna make the one that does more damage, then we're gonna make ones that explode,
Yeah.
then we're gonna make
And then we'll make big
ones
ones.
of each of those.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That also explode.
That also explode.
Oh god, what are they called? The Crassus detonators.
Mass detonators.
Okay.
That basically just set off nukes
Yeah.
in rooms and can kill
God,
everything.
those things
You
are
know
huge.
you're lost when you see one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have enormous amount of health.
Well, I'd still take those over the hive ones. Like where
Oh.
you have to get the egg.
Gosh, I hate
You open the
them.
egg.
The hive breeders.
Oh
like
no,
the
that
boss
there's
ones,
that. I
the
was thinking of
Praetorian glyphins.
no. Those because there's the Praetorian, and then there's the Oppressor, and then there's those
like-
big
Oh,
ones
the
that
hi-
you get out
yeah.
of the egg, and I can't remember the name.
It's been a while since we played that one.
Yeah, but
We
like.
usually do the oppressor.
Because originally those weren't too bad, but now they added the varieties, and then there's the one that spawns those little
It's
ones.
like the molten one.
Yeah, some of those get
And then you have
nasty.
to destroy the small ones. Yeah. They added a lot. The new updates have been awesome.
Oh, actually, yeah. So that's something I was going to ask you guys about. So, because we played like in early access, and then as it released, and then because it released on my version.
Yeah.
And then so we played as it released for like a while, and then we stopped. And then I know we've had like moments where we kind of come back to it, but now we've been playing it a bit more. I guess not for the last couple of weeks, but we did for a little while.
Yeah. It's recent.
And so with all those updates from there, I was gonna ask like, what you guys thought compared to when we first started playing. Like, I guess kind of like, is it what you would have expected? Is it like out of nowhere? How do you like it? Like that type of stuff.
Sure. Well, for me, I mean, you guys played it more than I did just because you guys had more time. So I had a longer transition where I didn't play it. And then I came back when all of those updates came in. So to see those updates where, they started doing the rival company that's technically there, All the new bosses, even the level variety where they changed a bunch of levels and they're like, oh, this is how you do it now. They balanced it. I think their updates have been awesome, and I like that they're now trying to do class revamps with the new. Like that hasn't come out yet. I don't
Are you
think
talking about like the new weapons?
the new weapons and the new. I think they're doing abilities. Maybe is it just weapons?
I know about
It's
the
been a
weapons.
while.
I didn't know if there is.
Well, I still like that, and I like that they added the special assignment thing with the Spec Ops like battle pass system.
Oh yeah,
where you don't really need to pay into it, but it's still there.
I love that because it's a way of doing a battle pass, like the benefits of a battle pass, of like feeling like you're incrementally gaining rewards as you're playing. Without, well, obviously they didn't make it paid because these developers are fantastic.
I love these developers.
I love them so much. But so there's that, and then there's also just like the way that it's all like the trees. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's all interconnected.
You
and
choose how you want.
You can branch the way you want to branch through it. I think that's really cool.
Yeah,
with the different like, it's mostly just cosmetics, right? Is there
it's
only cosmetics? Okay.
Well, actually, that was the other thing I was going to say. It wasn't an update, but I like because now we actually have ways to get way more cosmetics. But I liked when we first started playing where the exploration was a lot more. So they could say like, "Oh, we found a mysterious signal on your map," and then you can just like look around and dig to that thing, and it can just be, that chest, and then you got to go find the batteries for the chest and. What was the other one? Like a helmet? It was like a miner helmet.
You find an old helmet from an old miner that's died.
And then it's like, okay, well, that's a secret, so you know that something else is in this level. And then there were the error cubes that we found.
Error cubes.
I haven't seen them since we started playing again, though. Which, obviously, they're super rare.
But, like, I haven't been able to collect it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We always die when it happens.
So because we played in early access, there's a lot of things that didn't get fleshed out or thought they were going to get fleshed out. Like their error ore. So you just find this weird... glitchy looking ore and you collect it and it would have like an error kind of message and you go, oh, I broke the game, but this is cool. And so you take it and you go, okay, what can I do with this? And nothing.
At the time.
That's it. Well,
and now that
we still don't know.
Also nothing.
As far as we know. Do we know for sure that you
No. Supposedly back in that day, they were saying that it was like an ore they were planning on implementing, but they haven't finished it. But
and some end game thing that they'll do. That's the other thing. I do like that they. Oh, I lost my train of thought. It was something about adding in new ores and stuff. It was. Oh, it was not that. I like that the game. Sorry, I like that the game rewards you for playing it more. So the higher level you get when you prestige, it then does the deep dives, which you guys have done.
Oh yeah.
And then it also adds in. I don't know if it was a level thing, the special things that we could find. It was like, oh, you just have the pillars that exist there, and now you can like do the hammer thing and get that powered on, and then it's a wave system, and you have to deal with that, and that's an entirely separate objective.
I forget what they're called, but like you need like the card to
and like only high level players can get it.
Yes,
but it was always something you'd look forward to because you'd see it before you could open it. You're like,
and then you did it twice. You're like, I want to die.
I still remember we found one. Because there's like you have like the scan gun thing where you can like ping stuff. And we found one and somebody pinged it, and I just saw this huge structure underground. I was like, "What is this?"
Oh yeah.
And then we like dug the whole thing out, and we are like, "Oh, maybe we can like interact with this." And there's nothing. And then we found out later that you could do it once, like with the deep dives and stuff. Which also is why I don't play Driller because he's my only like prestige one. So I'm trying to get the others up there.
Sure.
Yeah. Is it 25 to prestige?
It's 25.
Okay.
Yeah, because I haven't prestiged my scout, and I'm at 23, I think, with the scout.
Okay.
And I'm going to prestige him. Dang it. For Karl.
For Karl!
Karl!
Which actually, speaking of Karl, should we do the next drink?
I think so.
Yeah.
Is it mine? Yeah, baby. Let's go.
Bring it over. Bring it over. Okay, well, he's getting that.
Yeah.
Do we keep talking? Or?
We can keep talking, yeah.
All right.
I really like this drink. By the way, that's something we can talk while he gets the drink.
Actually, yeah.
I really like this drink. I like the mudslide idea, and I like the inclusion of the rock candy.
Yeah.
I think it's a really cool idea.
I mean, so we planned out like to do an episode later on Civ. So, you'll see I've been going very like overarching with it,
Sure.
you know, or it's like,
Experimental.
what's something you do in the game? You mine and you find
Sure.
rock something. So it's not rock salt. But
I
then,
like it.
so because I wanted the red one because it looks like the nitro.
Yep.
And I thought, like, I mean, it has the same like look of it. Oh God.
I don't want to drink this.
Trust.
Oh, it's a
Don't
shot.
trust it. I don't
Trust.
trust it at all.
Oh.
Wait.
It's gonna be like 99 bananas or something like that.
Oh, Lottie.
Can I have a little Stein one?
Wait.
So this is the bottle it came in. Totally original packaging.
For Karl!
For Karl! Someone want to explain who or what Karl is?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to though. So, because there's like this. So, okay, so all of the miners have like different voice lines and stuff. And like you can do like two different. I think it's two. Like X and B or whatever.
Yeah.
That will like do like a little like chant thing. So like one thing they do is like rock and stone.
Yeah,
and they
that's like
like
the big
lift
one.
their pickaxe up in the air. But the other one is they keep saying for Karl. And you're like, well, who's Karl? And then you keep digging into it, and you never find out.
You do though.
You do know a little bit. There is a little
Developers
bit.
talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
Ooh,
There's also-
I didn't know about that.
There's also, because this is partly why the drinks are so good for this game. They have an
Oh,
in-game bar system, and you collect items out in the field, and then you can come back and you can make different drinks, and you unlock them as
Like your
you go.
penis plant.
Penis plant.
Penis. I don't even remember what it's actually called. We joke about it.
Something bold.
Something bulb.
Just like a
Voodoo
penis.
caps.
That is
That's the
not for
secondary.
drinking.
Okay, that's fair. But you can, and they all do different, you know, usually none of them have anything like in-game to do. They just have like a fun little
Like a
thing
fun effect that you can
in the
do.
hub. But then they actually have perk drinks, and it changes every mission, I think.
Yeah, every time that you come back to like the main lobby, they have a different one there. And I mean, sometimes it's the same, but it's just
Sure.
like random through whatever ones. Which something we don't do enough of when we discovered the one time is planning out what mission you do off of the drink
Yeah.
rather than the other way around.
Tunnel Rat is the best.
Yeah, because what was the one that we were doing where we kept getting something? We're like, this is useless.
Oh yeah, it was like we had to carry all the corks down, but we
Yeah.
got the one that would make it so we could. I think it was like dig faster.
Yeah.
Is that what? Okay.
It was because we wanted because we did it again. We had Tunnel Rat where we could just like drop and you don't take any damage.
Oh, it was the one that gives you double Morkite.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
there we
yeah.
go.
So there's this mission where you or this like grouping, which actually we should talk about the missions too. But okay. I'll wait till I was just
Oh,
gonna
so
say
the-
we should probably take this drink too.
Let me do the Karl. Well,
Oh,
just
yeah,
like
yeah,
Karl.
please.
Yeah. Back
So in one of the drinks, because they all have descriptions for the drinks, one of the drink descriptions talks about
That's
like
where
the
you're going
lost
with.
party because you're not. It's supposed to be you're not the only dwarves.
right, you're
on
just
missions.
like one team.
Yes.
From
And Karl and his team drank something from one of them, and they got. I think it was the Glyphid Slammer, possibly, or maybe it was Tunnel Rat, and they drank it so heavily that they went on a mission completely drunk. And
which you can do.
and which you can do, and that's hard mode for the game.
Both IRL and
We've done both.
And Karl was the only one who's like survived of his team, but he's been lost somewhere. So
He's also the biggest badass. Like he had the
Yeah.
highest kill count of
yes,
any
he just
scout
kills
ever.
everything.
Yeah, because I forgot they have the high scores that
Yeah.
like play, and
And
Karl
Karl.
is right. Yeah,
Yup.
yeah.
And I
Oh,
hope
I forgot about that.
one day in a future update they have Karl come back. That's my true hope.
Okay,
That he's
so-
like there somehow. He's like in the
He
Glyphid.
gets corrupted.
Well,
He's
okay,
either
so
corrupt and you have to save him, or he's there.
I'm really curious about that because I've been getting into like more like deeper into like some lore of video games and stuff.
Sure.
And I guess I told you guys about the Elder Scrolls podcast. I was listening to that, and they were talking about how sometimes with like mysteries, it's almost better to never give an actual like
Sure.
reason because like the imagination and like the wonder behind it will be gone the minute you know what actually happened. So with Karl, I'm like, do I want to actually know, or do I like just
You don't want to meet your hero.
They say never meet your heroes.
Okay.
That's
What if you
fair.
have to kill your hero?
That'd be tragic. Actually, wait. Okay, we were talking about a potential like new class that we could add
Sure.
or whatever, and we were saying like if there was the one where you could blend like a dwarf that's like half bug or something.
Mm.
What if that's how they introduce it? Is Karl is the first
he's
one,
corrupted.
He's corrupted and like halfway.
and maybe he's like evil for a bit, and you do a mission like a big like deep dive, and
Yeah.
at the end you like have to save him or something, and then he teaches
I
you
could
how
see
to
that.
become like him.
That'd be cool. And then like they make it a perk or something.
Ideas.
And Ghost Ship, write these down.
All right. Yeah. Write it down. Ghost Ship. Do it.
It's Ghost Ship. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
Ghost
it's
Ship.
Ghost Ship. It's Ghost Ship. Which
'Cause
also,
they're-
their intro is so cool.
Oh,
You just hear like the little,
Mm.
and then they have like the logo and it like bubbles.
And I like that their logo is the skull and the like diving mask,
Yeah.
and then you can get that as an outfit for your character.
Oh, I never put that together.
Oh,
I knew you could get that, and then I never
They
realized.
like released it. It says like Ghost Ship logo. Gosh, dang
This
it.
is what you get for supporting them.
Yeah,
Oops.
yeah. I bought.
we
I
have,
went out
yeah.
and bought the extra stuff for us. too.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So should we do this for Karl? Can I have
Yeah,
the
so
style one?
Basically, okay, fine. You can have this stuff. Basically, my drink is a drink that only a badass mother trucker like Karl could drink
It's not
and
gonna be
kill
good.
bugs with and still have hair on his dwarven chest at the end of the day. So, for Karl!
For Karl.
Woo! Yeah, baby! Ooh!
That's
Feeling it now, Mr. Kraft?
Well,
Well,
that's like paint thinner.
It is paint.
as it's known... oh gosh, that's awful
Oh,
the more it sits.
I hate you so much.
For Karl!
All right, you know what? I'm gonna do something unconventional and get water.
Oh no.
You want water?
Sure.
So basically...
You want water?
Yeah.
Okay,
Look,
I'll
brother,
get
up.
water.
Woo! I feel like a dwarf already. Well, basically, this alcohol here, popularized by Karl Jeppsson, a Swedish immigrant. And if you haven't put it together yet, it's one of Chicago's favorite alcohols, Malort, made from wormwood. Wow.
I like that connection.
Yeah.
Though.
That's why I picked it. I looked at drinks named after Karl.
That's so good.
And
but
that's what came
so, ugh.
Oh,
The drink is not good.
most
the
people
connection
don't
is
like
good.
it. Most people don't like the drink.
Are you part of most people?
I am.
I'm also part of most people.
Oh gosh.
God, that
VA
is.
Chicago.
Mm. I'm trying to think of how to describe the taste of that. It's like,
Wormwood.
Paint thinner.
okay, you know how like if you eat something really dry, it like pulls the moisture out of your mouth. Like you know that feeling.
Yeah.
Now imagine if instead of pulling the moisture out, it pulled out all flavor in your whole body through your tongue
Okay.
and just like instantly pulled out.
Even like flavor from your anus and sphincter.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
And so
explains
you
a lot.
just taste everything.
All at once.
All yeah.
I feel it. I taste
Oh, that is. Ugh.
I had to order the special. Oh,
it. I did order it.
how did you not go to a place
You-
near you?
I had to go all the way to
Oh,
downtown.
gosh,
I was
that's-
lazy. But it was all worth it.
I actually
for this
think I need to
moment.
drink the other one to get some actual taste in my
I know
mouth.
this is like. Well, because I made the mudslide with ice cream, so it's literally just like a.
Yeah, no, that fixed the that
You want another
creamy
shot?
flavor. No,
Well, okay, because
You can
now
have
we
your
have
shot, I'm
we
not
have to do
doing
the
that.
other drinks.
yeah, we'll do mine in a second.
In a second,
I need
okay.
a break from that.
I'll just munch
Oh
on the
gosh,
why can't I think of this?
rock candy.
Or it's Morkite.
It's
Not
more
like
cut,
that.
yeah.
Actually, no, it's green. I couldn't find the right like hue of bluish green for Morkite. So maybe this one is the what's the it starts with like a U.
Jadiz?
Oh, Jadiz too. I was thinking
What's the
of
big
the
chunky ones though?
I was thinking the one that looks like like it sticks in the ground like this.
I know
It
it's
starts with like a U. Is it Jadiz?
Oh, like
I thought it was the
umami.
Uba something.
Oh, Umanite.
That's it.
Yeah.
You're right.
That's what I was.
It's got like
thinking of.
Uma Thurman.
like orange or something out of it.
I was gonna sing and then I realized can't get copyright strike.
You want to talk about the different
Yeah, with the name you used. Okay.
I feel like that
Nintendo's
that should
coming
be
for
fine.
you.
Yeah, maybe.
They're sending your hit.
Right here.
You want to talk about
Ghost
the
in
mission types and stuff like that?
Yeah, we could do that. I guess so. I'm trying to think about how to like classify the missions. So there's like fighting things missions, there's mining things missions, and there's get to a certain point missions. Right? And then there's like mixes of those.
Yeah, they've added a lot more within the new drilling mission.
But that's like just a
Get to
way
a
of doing
place.
it, get to a point,
Sure.
right?
And a fighting mission.
And then it becomes
And a get stuff mission. So it's literally
Yeah, it's
all-
kinda
It's everything put together.
yeah. That's a really good one.
Know your facts.
Okay.
But yeah, so I guess the most basic one is just the Mind Morkite one. Like that's the first one they do in the tutorial where it teaches you how to play.
That was
And
like
you're
the
just-
only mission in the early access.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah, it was just that, and then they add. Well, wasn't there one other?
And you
The
had to
eggs,
kill
the
something.
the little eggs.
Oh yeah.
They had
The
that
alien
too.
eggs.
It was those Morkite, and then was the Quark in it as well?
No.
No, that was added later.
No, that was that was on release
Okay,
because
okay.
they added those in that you could dig those out. And
Okay.
Get more money.
So yeah, so we could start with the first two then, I guess. So Morkite one's really easy. You're just going through
My
a cave
least
system.
favorite one.
It was because it's so boring. It's so
Yeah, well, and they have it. They have it a lot. I shouldn't say a lot. They add it in throughout the game. You have to keep getting more and more kite,
Mm.
and I really don't like them because you always get such a low amount of more kite.
But that's because it's the most straightforward, you
Mhm.
know. So it's like you start here, and then you're going like in this whatever cave, and then there's like
Randomly
an ending.
generated.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They are
everything's
randomly
randomly generated, which definitely adds to it because if it's the same thing every time, I feel like that would get stale. But the Morkite ones, like you have one direction you can go, and then you have to find the Morkite on the walls and ceiling and stuff. But then usually, like with the Morkite ones, I've found, especially higher levels, because lower levels, like you don't need as much of it, or it's more plentiful, or whatever. But the harder ones, you like have to get to the last room, and that has Morkite like everywhere.
Yeah.
So like that's the reason that you don't get it before is
Sure.
because it's just made to not be, it's not that fun to me because it's
Yeah.
like you're just going in one spot,
Yeah.
doing the same thing. I don't know.
And that's why we implemented firebugs.
That's true. That is true. Do you want to tell them what firebugs are?
Nope.
I'll tell them.
Right, tell
So
them.
the engineer class gets a C4 charge, and because there's
The driller.
the driller gets
The driller gets it.
Okay, so driller gets the C4.
The other
charge.
ones also have grenades and stuff.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah. The driller gets the C4 charge, and it's friendly fire. So
It should be the biggest explosion that a dwarf can make,
yes,
like by themselves. 'Cause
Yes.
obviously the big
the
bugs
detonators
bigger.
can make bigger ones, but
I think it is, unless I'm.
no, I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well,
Yeah,
depends what you mean by big. Because one
Like,
of them
just
has like it starts with one explosion.
Yeah,
and then burns,
I have the-
bounces and explodes.
True.
I have
I
the,
forgot
the
about that.
cluster bombs.
Yeah, that's
or-
Yeah.
But I think the
So,
C4
okay.
has more because you can like blow up.
I think it's the biggest like single explosion.
Sure, yeah. But the firebug is because you can do damage to each other. A fun little game you can play with your friends is you can throw your C4 and say, "Firebug, watch out!" as they're trying to get into the exit elevator, and you detonate it.
Or
And then you go long.
Live the
key.
As they fly away.
because the other thing I love too is they also have the flamethrower. So you
Mhm.
throw that out. Well, okay, so yeah,
And
so
then you hold the position.
this also ties into the missions too. Because at the end of every mission, you have to board. Like they send down a drop pod. Are there ones that you don't, or an
No,
escape pod?
you always have.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I guess there's the one you have to build the radar for it to show down.
Because it's a broken one. That
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
fix.
but-
you fix
and then
it. Yeah, you're right. You're
But
right.
either way, at the end of every one, you get on something.
Yes.
And then you leave. And they usually have like this ramp that comes down because it depends on where they land. Sometimes it doesn't really. But
They try and screw you over when they drop.
yeah.
Yeah, they do.
But anyway, so there's this big ramp, and one of us will get there first, and then throw like the satchel bomb charges down, or like grenades or whatever.
Yeah, one of us. Always someone different. Always
It's
someone
always
different.
someone
it's
different.
one of us that does
Definitely not me. Hey, as a scout, I don't do it.
Yeah, because you did.
Yeah.
So it's like-
Yeah, because you're dead.
it's
most
like
of
I
the
don't
time.
have things I could do it with. Really, I could freeze you, and that's about it.
You shoot us with flares.
That's true, but the flares don't do that much damage.
They do damage.
They do damage.
I
love
have
that.
killed a glyph with it.
Same. I love that that's like even possible
Yeah.
in the game. Oh yeah, but anyway, so you throw the satchel charge, and then if that doesn't kill them, you just use the flamethrower, just, like straight down the ramp.
Here's it down to a
It's
science.
these-
He does have
not that I've done it before.
Not that you've done it, of course. No,
Definitely.
I have like
Still
rage
bugs.
quit a few times
It's
because
the
of
firebugs. The firebugs that you never actually see.
Because the
It's
firebugs
weird.
we made
They
are
just are
away.
always.
And me.
Oh my god.
I think my favorite mission is the open ones where you just kind of start at the drop pod, and then you're in the big massive rooms, and then they're like either you go collect a bunch of stuff and you have to bring it back and defend the grinder, and they have the turrets on it, or and I love the missions, but I hate them because they're so. If we put them on harder difficulty, I love the one where you have to build the oil pumps.
Oh, I love those.
Because then you ride the rails like a train, and it's so much fun.
Because that was not the latest edition.
No,
but
it was
like
a couple.
the big one, like 1 or 2 before that, when we came back for a little bit. That was like the big thing they added. That was a really cool one.
So we're bad. So we always like get them mixed
That's
up
true.
and slam into walls and things.
But that one's fun too, because then you add the exploration part of it, and then you have to try and figure out, okay, I can only get this track up about 5 feet. Can I get to the next 5 feet after that? And like you get some wacky.
But you can also do like dig it. I mean,
You
can
because there's always a way to solve it.
Yeah, like all the walls, like everything is destructible. Well, almost everything
like
is.
Equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't break like the equipment, but all the like walls and rocks and stuff are. So like it's cool because you can like literally dig weird tunnels to like do stuff instead of going like straight or whatever.
Right.
Which also depends on the map. Which also depends on the biome. And like,
well, I mean, like the driller has literally we've like, okay, it's across the map where we have to exit. We just drilled there through the mountain.
If you have enough fuel, you just straight through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although, okay, the really like shitty thing of that is if you do that and then there's a swarm and then they all come in the hole and you don't have it dug out yet, so you just have to fight your way out and like
it's so bad.
Yeah, so you just turn the drills around and just drill through the holes.
But you gotta be careful because they can overheat.
Yeah.
And then you just
manage it.
Yeah.
That's why you tame one. Make it your own.
Yeah, that is the
true. Because there's different. Are they perks?
Perks.
They are perks.
There's like 2 slots to begin with. You get 4 at the end.
If you're good.
If you're good, you have to upgrade.
Yeah. But you like, there's one activable one, and then the other's a passive.
Yep.
And then there can be 2 if you prestige.
Mm.
But one of them that you can choose is the Glyphid Tamer, so that you can like, and then like it only works on the small ones. You just like they literally just stick their hand up.
Yeah,
and,
that's
like,
true.
And then it becomes yours, and then
it becomes a Steve.
It becomes Steve.
I really think what they should do. There's something I wish they update. I hope they make a future level one. And I know it'd be overpowered, but I think they could balance it. They could get an oppressor, not an oppressor. What's the one that's like right above? It's the tanky one that has like the big.
That's oppressor.
Is that an oppressor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's Praetorian, then there's oppressor.
Okay, gotcha.
And those, I think oppressor is the biggest. Well, I guess the big explosion one too. Those are the 2 biggest that you can find without it being like a boss.
Okay, so then it is an oppressor. I think they should allow you to get an oppressor temporarily. So it's not like the one where you get a Steve and it's completely permanent and until they die. It should be like, okay, you can get an oppressor for this wave and they can do their thing and then they'll like turn back to their own self and then you have to kill them. But they'll temporarily help you as just a way to get a bigger fight. I don't know.
I want that, but with the explosion one.
Yeah, well, you get the
friendly fire. Friendly fire.
I also think they should make Command come down on a mission with you.
He never
will. Yeah.
All
he does is he possibly little chapels.
Yeah. He does tell you. He's helpful. Well, he says, like, hey, there's a swarm coming.
He used to be like a dwarf like us, but then he took something to the knee, and now he works a manager.
Is that like the
in
community?
Now this is Skyrim. And then when you die, you wake up, and they're like, oh, hey, you're finally awake.
They did it again.
Todd Howard, you've done it again.
Well, it just works.
It just works.
So, all right, do you want to do your drink?
Do you mind? Okay, yeah, it's going to take a little bit, so.
Okay,
so we're back with the last drink. It's my drink.
Wait,
last drink? Yeah, I got another drink.
He's got a second.
You have another? Oh, I forgot you.
Yeah, we have 4 this time.
I'm sorry. Yeah, this is the time is 4. So this one is called the Gold Rush, and it's got bourbon in it and some honey and some drink up for Karl.
For Karl. We should have been doing that this whole time.
I can give Malort.
No, I'm good. I like that. The lemon.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me feel rich.
I was a little worried
ice
that I
cream.
had put too much in there, but that's actually not bad.
Yeah, no, I like that a lot.
Mhm.
So, okay, wait, what was it called again?
The Gold Rush. So it's lemon juice, bourbon, honey, and then a lemon twist in there. That's all. It's very simple.
A lot of lemon.
Simple syrup.
You could, I guess, replace simple syrup somewhere in there, but yeah.
Wait, I gotta taste that again.
It is really good.
Is it chuggable?
I would not chug this, but
Okay,
Not with that
I
attitude.
was trying to taste the honey. 'Cause I don't know.
the
if
honey
I,
kind of
like,
gets.
caught that the first time, but
I think I need to get I tripled the ingredients so we could have one.
yeah, like make.
I think I need to do a little less lemon juice to get the honey flavor in it.
Sure.
But
I know, it's fun watching you squeeze that little lemon
yeah,
thing.
just like squeezing it in there. But no, that's really good. I like that.
All right. Well, yes. Okay. So where were we at?
Oh, and I guess Gold Rush. I chose the Gold Rush
Yeah.
because you dig for gold, and that's the primary way of getting a lot of money in the game.
And isn't there one of the perk drinks called the Gold Rush?
Yeah.
Yes, there actually is.
Okay.
Don't worry, I got you.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, yeah. So here's a question. Unless you guys have something.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
You're the podcast leader.
Fair.
He is?
Supposedly.
I thought this was your house.
This is my house, but you no.
No one's gonna get that.
No.
Except for us.
Exactly.
It's about the house you made on
I'm
the
doxing
The
Say
houses
myself.
we made along the way. But okay, so if you could change or add one thing to the game, what would it be? Like, I don't know if I guess I said
Change
or
or
add
add.
because to me, I don't think I'd want to like change anything. I think they do a really good job. I'd rather just add more content.
Sure.
Not that they don't have enough now. It's just like if you're gonna make a change,
Sure.
the change would be adding. Which
It's got literally everything I've ever
Yeah,
wanted.
it's
I
got
know.
so much stuff.
Waves for
They
it,
could
yeah.
add a crafting system.
No, I hate that game. I hate it either.
Yeah,
The only
for
reason I love
everyone,
it.
he hates every crafting system ever.
Crafting sucks.
Yeah, he hates it.
Especially when it's involved in mining.
I don't want a crafting system. That was a joke to set him
there's
up.
like a small crafting system
Kind
just in
of.
the drinks. Like it's not really.
But you don't
crafting, I guess.
craft it. You just go collect the resources
and then you
the
like
game,
pay to unlock it.
Yeah, the
So
game
you're
just
not
makes
really-
it.
That's true.
It's
That's
just-
true.
I almost said communism. But
Okay, yeah, we're getting political now.
It's the other
And
thing.
we're canceled.
Capitalism, that's the word. Yes, it's that.
Those are not the same.
Let's start at the sea. What's the difference?
I don't know. I really think this game, it does a lot of good. It's pretty balanced as far as I'm concerned. I mean, the difficulty spike if you do go up is really hard, but that's the point of difficulty.
Right. Well, because you can choose difficulty yourself, which I guess
Right.
we never talked about that. But
No, yeah,
you can
choose
set the
your-
difficulty between 1 and 4, and then you can unlock later a level 5 difficulty.
Mm.
And 4 is already really hard. Sometimes. I mean, I guess it depends. If you get the really, really good items and stuff, like, at that point it's a little easier. But, like, when we first started, it was, like,
Sure.
crazy bad. And then now 5. Have we ever completed a level 5 mission?
Never completed.
We've completed
Very
3 and
traumatized.
4. We've never completed
Okay,
5.
we've never completed 5. But yeah, it goes from basically 1 is like you're just casually playing a game, like you don't really have to think about the game. 2 is like just enough where you start seeing some of the harder enemies, and you're like, okay, I need to do a little bit of like I guess
Surviving.
yeah, surviving is a good word. But then like after that, it just starts jumping.
Yeah, and then you have to be playing with the best of your game you can to get that.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, if I guess a suggested change, they could add a new class into it. But my problem
That was gonna be mine.
my problem with saying that is I don't have a good idea of what that class could be necessarily. I already think the 4-man system is pretty balanced, especially if you're in a full group of 4. Everyone has their role.
They
And
all
it
complement
works.
each other.
They all complement each other. You can kind of mix match. If you all want to go gunner, you can play all gunner. So I don't know what that would do to the balance of the game, but I think adding a new class could be interesting, and they could do a lot of stuff with that.
Here's an idea.
Sure.
What if instead of adding a full new class, they add like subclasses? So like
Okay.
you're a gunner, and then maybe you have to do it after prestiging. Is like maybe
So then you have
like,
all the weapons and stuff.
Yeah, so you have all that, and then you do like a special mission. Like you unlock a special mission for the gunner to then become like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like different types of gunners.
Like you could do like a tank gunner so that you're more armored.
Yeah. So you're like tankier in one subclass, and then you'd be like more damage heavy in the other. And like you can already change like not that they don't call them perks, but whatever the things are with your guns that are essentially perks.
Yeah,
it's
like
not,
the
like,
upgrade
perks.
equipment loadout.
Yeah, so you can change that to tweak it a little bit already, but like instead of that being the change, if it was like a full different like so the gunner as you know it now could be like the damage gunner, and then the other subclass would be like the tanky one. So like all your weapons all of a sudden are like maybe different weapons, and they do like a lot less damage, but you can take a lot of yeah.
So what if along that line, because this game, other than the 4 classes, doesn't really do like classifications, but they do like equipment and guns. So what if your subclasses would just be a different, like the identity gear of that equipment? So instead of drills on the driller, you get like super powered pickaxe or something.
And you could like dual hit a pickaxe.
Yeah, or something like that.
Okay.
I could see that.
And that's how they do it.
You could do.
I was gonna say I think if they did different armors too, that could be cool.
That'd be cool.
Because everyone has the exact same armor. But maybe like
no, they do have them called different.
Well, they like call them different, but like they all give you the same like I mean they because they have I guess they have different stats on like their health and stuff, but they all give the same bonuses. You know, like it's all like like once you get to a certain level, it goes +5, and you get further +5 health, +5, and then like that's it. But what if instead of that, if you had a different set of armor that would be like
for the other
+5 like
system.
attack speed or something or move speed. Or something like
I can see that.
Where like you just switch your armor.
That could be Sanic the dwarf.
Sanic the dwarf.
Oh my god!
I'm trying to think. What would they do for scout if they changed if they did subclass? Because we kind of have like a sniper one. You could do a healer, I guess.
What if scout with like climbing claws instead of just
and you could like climb up the wall
and things, but it takes you a lot longer.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you're not as mobile. That'd be cool.
Well, and then with like the flares, they could change it too. Maybe like there's ones that last longer but are dimmer, and then
so they don't light us up as much.
Yeah, which that would really more just be a change to the actual
explain flares, by the way.
Yes, we should probably explain flares. So you're mining, right? And you're in a super dark area, so everything's really dark. And then you throw out a flare, and it lights it up. And everyone has their own flares that they can throw out.
Glow stick things.
Yeah, and they're color coded too to the different class that you are.
What?
Yeah, wait, did you never know that? Oh my god, yeah.
That's why you get green on certain levels.
So if all of us are gunners, they'll all be green.
Yeah.
Yeah, but because there's green, blue,
Red.
white, and red.
Yeah.
And white is scout, blue is engineer, I think.
Yes.
Green, I think, is gunner.
Green is gunner, and the other one is
red is
driller.
I think that's
that's right.
blue and red might be flopped. I don't remember for sure, but yeah, all of them are color coded. Like
that's what I get for only.
Well, then you get orange for the scout flare gun.
Yes,
which is different.
Yeah, so everyone has their own flares, and they like slowly recharge over time. And you can have 3 at once. I think you can unlock to do 4. I think it's 3 originally, and then you can unlock 4. And then the scout can shoot, like they have a flare gun, so they have ammo that shoots it, and it's much brighter, lasts a lot longer.
You get 20 of those.
Yes, and then I think it's like 3 at once, or like in a clip or whatever.
Yeah, it's 3 at once.
So you like, and then reload and. But anyways, yeah. So like that's part of the benefit of the scout is that you can light up the area much easier.
Useful.
And it lasts so much longer. It's so nice. Because like there's nothing worse than like trying to run through something, especially running from a swarm, and then
you can't see.
You like run out of flares, and you're like, well, I'm just running in darkness at this point. Like
The only time you don't need a flare is when you're fighting the hive boss. Because it lights up the room for you.
Oh. Wait, are you sure it's not because I've been lighting it up as?
Oh, maybe. That could be.
Because I've been doing that the whole time when we fight
it
them,
helps.
It has a glow. It has
Okay,
a
so
it does have
some glow.
a distinct glow to it.
Okay.
And you can damage it with the flares. So
True.
if you have nothing else and you have no nitra,
So you always
Took
know
away the
where
drink.
it's at. You just light it up.
I don't think it sticks to it though. I think it like hits and goes down.
There are
That's
some
just fine.
cases
I'm not
you
positive,
can make
though.
it stick.
Subclass
Okay.
Scout. Battle flares.
Sticky flame.
Battle flares. Sticky flares. Oh, you can make the flares burn.
Ooh.
So you could add a fire effect to it, and then you could stick into an enemy, and then like
That
burn
would
it,
be
or you
cool.
could like get like
Or like a
explosion.
shock or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could switch the flare
Elemental
gun.
damage.
Yeah.
Let's make this Pokemon.
Let's play this Pokemon. Yeah. You already do with Steve, so.
Steve.
But okay, so we both were talking about adding new stuff.
Adding stuff.
What would you add then?
I don't know. Other than just straight more content. Really?
What kind of
Or-
content though?
I think more big boss enemies.
Okay.
Okay.
Like diverse ones.
Like,
Sure.
so are you saying like the missions where there's like the eggs, like the hive thing,
Something
egg,
like
whatever?
that. But then just in regular missions, things that come at you. Because it's
Okay.
always the same thing. You know?
I think they sort of started doing that with the I don't remember what it's called. It's the enemy robots that
That's
show up.
old. That's been around for
Is
a
that
while.
old? I was
Yeah.
pretty sure that's a new update.
No, it's been
Alright.
around for a while.
Here's an idea with that. So you know how? So I guess we haven't explained this either, but there's different biomes that you can like select the missions in. What if each biome had its own like really strong boss that could show up? You know, like on
Like
any
it-
mission,
on
there's
any
a
mission
chance
it
it could
could
show
spawn.
up. You know, it gets like you know how like the big explosion ones, like they can show up, but sometimes they just never do.
Sure.
Same thing like that, but just each biome has like
Oh.
one specific
That could be
one
it.
that can
Like
only
Apex
show up there.
Predator.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it actually hunts you.
Oh.
Or you could
Okay.
do one where
Well, that could be some of them, and maybe others don't.
sure. What you could do is you could do the same thing, but and I know that MMOs do this, where you could have it where on multiple missions you go fight this thing, but you can never truly kill it until you've gone enough times to fight it. So like you fight it once at full health, and then the next fight it's got a little lower health, but it has like a different move or something like that, and you can keep going on bigger missions to try and like beat it, and then the last one's like a final
That could be cool.
weakened
as-
state
I guess
confrontation.
because you haven't done a deep dive yet.
I have not.
I was gonna say that could be cool as a deep dive.
It'd be
Because it's
cool.
essentially like 3 separate missions
Mhm.
all in one mission.
Ah.
So like if the first mission you fight it, and then it like scurries into a hole, and then so then you follow it, and the next mission is
that'd
fighting
be really
again.
cool. Yeah.
And maybe it like jumps in water or something, and then the last mission you like finally trap it and destroy it, and then you like
And
it
that's the big
explodes
fight.
whatever you get from it. Yeah,
Be cool.
yeah. So like the whole point of each mission would be like a go find one thing and kill it, but the whole time you can grab like whatever's on the wall. and
Sure.
stuff, too.
Be cool.
I don't know. I feel like that could be a cool idea.
Maybe.
I think the other thing they could do is they could add more stuff that like more stuff you can create with the minerals that you collect.
You telling me crafting? boy?
Not crafting.
You coming into my God's wary house and telling me to craft?
No.
Yes.
Shit.
I mean, I guess it could be crafting. I just think they're like when you go and collect the stuff, you're only collecting it because the mission's telling you to, and then you have the resource that's in there. So yeah, you can sell it for money if you wanted it, which you earn enough money, so you should probably never do that unless it's really something big you want to get for cosmetics. But like how you collect the secondary stuff for the drinks. I think you should be able to do something similar with the Morkite you get, you can like refine them into something, and those can, I don't know what that
Okay.
would be. It's I guess kind of a crafting system, but a little bit more in depth. Like it can give you a new perk,
But
or
more like you could
can-
choose what the rewards at the end do,
Hmm.
rather
Yeah.
than they just do one thing and you go use it for that.
right,
More of like you could either use it for this or you can change it to make it like this.
right.
Like, okay, this is gonna be a weird comparison, but you guys have played Settlers of Catan, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you played Cities and Knights?
No.
No.
The expansion. Okay. So in Cities and Knights, they add 3 commodities rather than just the resources. So with ore, they also have coin.
Okay.
With sheep, they have cloth, and with wood, they have paper.
Mhm.
So it would, in my mind, I'm seeing it similar, where it's like you could either get like a lot of ore, or you could get 1 coin, kind of a thing.
Sure.
So like
kind
you
of
get
how
the
I'm.
reward
Yeah,
and
that's
like-
exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I don't know what you would do with that. Like I don't know if there's something you can upgrade the hub, so the hub can do different things because
That would
they've
be
not done
cool
that.
if you could
finally
like.
go to the upper level. He keeps
Yeah.
telling you to leave, but
Yeah.
there's nothing there.
And you could like I don't know, you could change the bar to look something different, or like it could just be cosmetic stuff. It just be you have something that you've been collecting for mission and mission and mission, and now you can go refine that and make it into something cool for your base or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just an idea.
I don't know how hard this would be to implement, but with you know how because like if you host a game, if I host a game, it's all in the same. Yeah. It's all in the same place, right? So if each person had their own like version of like the lobby area, so that like if you tweaked your bar to look like steampunky and you did yours to look like I don't know, medieval era or something, and then I made mine like Old West themed. And so then like whoever hosts it, you see the difference there.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I could see that.
I don't know how hard that is to like.
Or even
No, you just
like
instance
Molly.
it.
Oh,
Speaking
Molly would
of-
be cool.
That's my next drink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I can go make that.
You want to make that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, me, myself, and no one helping me make this drink.
Okay, so while he's doing that,
Sure.
let's see. We were talking. Okay, because okay. So we were talking about like different things to add.
Yeah.
Here's another one that I think would be kind of cool. Is if you could add a different type of like biome.
Okay.
So because right now, so they have the snow one. They have like the jungle theme. They have like the
Radioactive.
They have the radioactive, and then the like volcano-y.
Volcano.
They
then
have just the basic
regular
whatever.
caves.
They have like the sandy, deserty sort of feel.
Yep.
So what else could they add? I mean, they have like those electric crystals in that one. Well, yeah, okay, yeah, that
They
one's
do
also
more
like an
like
electric one.
Electric
Um,
crystal cave.
but like maybe something with water, but I don't know. See, with water, I'm hesitant just because
They could do it.
that's so much to like implement, you know?
Sure. Well, what they could do is they could do. You know how like in the certain dangerous biomes you get the meters. So like the frost one gives you the freeze meter so that you can freeze solid for temporarily, or the wind one can like I don't remember what the wind one
It
does.
like pushes you.
Yeah, it pushes you. You could do something like that with water where you have like an oxygen meter. So like there's land around it, but then like the collection is all in a lake in the center. You know, like the big maps that they do where you drill. You can do that where there's water pockets and the water pocket has like the certain mineral in
So
there.
you have to go into
You
it.
have to go in the water, and then it's timed because you couldn't stay under the water the full time. And you have to mine, maybe like could add some like
Okay.
new bug that's down there.
Yeah, like a
or-
water bug.
Yeah, some water creature.
They could do like stuff that goes through the water, and then they could have like little like water skimmer type things.
They could also, I think it'd be interesting, is obviously the idea is you're mining deep into the core. But what you could do is they could do like a moon of the planet so that you're kind of on the surface and you're getting just like a basic rock from the top of it. Like it's not a deep vein thing, it's on the root, like the surface. And then you could make it a lot more open, and then you could have a lot more. That could be a whole game mode if you wanted. Like a lot more swarms come for whatever reason.
Well, also, there's like there's jumping and stuff too.
Sure.
They could do low grab.
Mm-hmm.
So like your like throwables go way further, and then like when you jump, you can kind of like do the big bounding sort of. Oh, that could actually be pretty interesting.
Well, and you could even do it could be a lore thing if they wanted it, like a surface level thing. Because you're out on that big space rig hub thing, you could have like ruins of places around there because they never show anything on the surface. It's always deep in the core where the bugs are. So you could show something up on the surface like, oh, we had like a settlement there because we tried to go here one time to have permanent miners before we had the rig. And then you could have old technology there, and like that's overrun by the bugs, and like that's a whole thing. I don't know, that'd be cool.
Okay, no, that sounds really cool. And then, sorry, I'm getting distracted.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, I'm very curious what this drink is going to be. But yeah, no, okay. So that one could implement well into. I keep using the word implement.
Okay.
But it could work well with the big update they had with the rival company.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because if you're talking about like different like technology and stuff like being there, like it could be, you know, like we have this mining equipment. The company that like we found recently has like this mining equipment because they have those little drone things and stuff. So maybe like it's like their base or something, or like an outpost of them, and so then you're like interacting with that instead of the bugs as much.
That'd be cool.
Okay.
They could make it where like the classic fantasy thing, dwarf versus elf. So you can have like another faction. I don't know. That'd be interesting to see.
Actually, that would be pretty interesting.
It's like, you know, it's nothing crazy. It's just like their rival companies. So it's the elves versus the dwarf, and they're like, who can get it better?
Would they be like? Would you be able to play as them? Or
I could see that. I don't know if you necessarily do that for the main game because dwarf is still the focus, but you could do it as like, I don't know how in depth they want to do with the rival company. What they could do is they could do like a versus kind of mode where it's their like a race. So you have the dwarfs versus the elves, and they're like doing their own thing, and they have play different ways to get to the bottom of the mine and then beat the boss at the end before the enemy team. And then like if you complete something faster, it screws over the other team. So like the dwarves, I don't know, get to the second level of the deep dive before the elf team can. Like they get an extra swarm that's super hard to deal with and like slows them down. And if they beat it, or if they like do a special thing, they could like catch up. Like,
wait, that's actually
boost
really
it to go. I don't know. That'd be cool.
You wouldn't even need to do necessarily like a whole new thing. They could do that for like I'm going back to deep dive.
Sure,
but like because with the deep dive, I'm seeing it as like you have like the 3 stages, right? So they could take like almost turn like the cooperative game into a team competitive game.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have a mode where you have the 4 like your team for Deep Rock Galactic going against, I don't remember the name of the rival company, but that would be someone else playing, and to them they're Deep Rock Galactic, and we are the rival.
Okay, that'd be cool.
Ooh, so it's a mule,
a Moscow mule
from Molly.
Molly.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
So all right. Let's hear about this drink.
So Moscow Mule, popular drink in your copper cup, copper mug. You got vodka, you got lime juice, you got ginger beer, and then what time?
That's why you asked if I had ginger beer.
So I asked if you had ice. Because it also has ice.
It does have ice. I see a lot of ice in here.
Yeah. Basically, it's a Moscow Mule because in the game there's the pack mule that you get that carries all your ore and stuff you dig up.
Called Molly.
And this is in representation of her. A tin can full of delicious goodness.
Rock and stone.
Rock and stew.
Karl.
Nice.
I totally made them all myself.
Yes.
Totally.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We're the only people here.
Yes.
Yeah.
But okay. So going back to the deep dive.
Yeah. Sorry. Well, actually, okay. Wait. So, I guess you brought up Molly. Let's come back to that after.
Okay.
We should probably talk about like what Molly like does for you.
She screws me over. Is what she does. Show me what your Molly do.
But like, okay, so there's the missions. Well, there's 2 major ones that focus on Molly, right? Or
there's 2.
Am I mixing that up?
Like Molly's always
because Molly's in most of the missions.
1 or 2 missions.
Okay.
All the main missions.
So most missions, Molly is in, like following you, and you could call her over, and like that's where you deposit all the minerals and stuff that you mine, and then, in the one mission that I was thinking of, it's not Molly, but the other mules that are like broken down, and you have to go.
Well, Molly's still in that.
Yeah. But I was in my mind, I was thinking like that was like a Molly mission, and I was like, I guess Molly. I realized it wasn't. Yeah,
you got like your big Molly, like a big donkey, and tiny little baby donkeys following her around.
Those are my favorites. We go like build them together.
Mules, not donkeys.
Whatever.
Moscow mules.
So the mules from Moscow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Specifically.
I didn't know they were raising a lot of mules over there.
I don't have any witty remark.
I was waiting for something. But okay, yeah. So anyway, so Molly's really helpful in the game because, I mean, you use her almost all the time for as your like traveling deposit point. And then there's the mission where like there's the broken mules that aren't Molly but like small versions of Molly, and then you have to fix them up, and then actually I wish they would do something with that because you have the small ones, right, and you can't deposit into them, but I wish that you could, so that like once you fix one, then there'd be two Mollys walking around.
And
so
you
like
call them individually.
Yeah. So then like
That
like
would
once
help.
you have enough, each of us gets our own Molly essentially for that mission. Like that'd be really cool.
I think what they could also do, because if you play single player, you get a unique companion.
Yes.
Is it Bosco?
Bosco.
Okay, I was like, I swear it's Bosco.
I always think of Bosco sticks.
They should be able to do, I don't know how you do it. You could add Bosco in temporarily. Like he's in Molly. So if you deposit enough into Molly during the mission, he'll come up as like a special secondary button. So you could press it. So like, let's say a swarm comes is particularly heavy, you could hit that and it'll pop out and like spin around or something and just start shooting rockets.
That'll take my job away.
It'll take your job away,
That's really all I do.
He enhances your job by removing it.
Subclass of engineer. Instead of little turrets, I get Boscos.
That'd be cool. Or they could like float and move around, like defend you.
Yeah, they'd like follow you instead of being placed. That'd be really interesting.
That'd be really cool.
I'm trying to think of how to like balance that. Maybe they like make your main weapons even like worse, so it's really just the
like it locks you out of like one of the bigger weapons you can use.
So like maybe like one of them becomes like some sort of like repair tool or something instead,
or just like the controller to use it,
or that. Yeah. Actually, yeah, no, that could be pretty interesting.
They could also make it where they could make the engineer his turrets. You could either bring in it's a perk, I think, or an attachment where you can get the two, because you usually have one, right? Mm-hmm. So they could do it where another edition you could have where you get one big one, but then it could also move around, or it could like sit on your shoulder, and it's just a permanent feature.
Oh my god, I want a pirate full pirate theme, and that's
with Ghost Ship, they could totally do that.
They turn the whole thing. That's been their plan the whole time, to make a pirate game, but out in space.
Honestly, I'd love to see if they get a pirate game.
But with space.
I could totally just see if Thieves it. You're on the ship, that's your hub, and then you go to like islands, and the islands have different. I could totally see them. That's completely off topic.
I could see them eventually going somewhere like it. Yeah.
You still screw over your friends and Sea of Thieves.
True, I am good at doing that.
Very.
Yes.
That's a completely different game.
Any game that allows me to mess with my friends, I enjoy.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
But okay, so now back to the did you hear what we were talking about with our like? So we're talking about like an idea of if you could do. I guess in my mind, I'm seeing it almost like a deep dive, but I guess it could be any like mission. But so you would have like your lobby, and you would queue up against like a different lobby. So it'd be like 2 teams of 4, or like 3 and 3, or whatever. And so to us, we see us as being like Deep Rock Galactic, and we see them as being the rival team. And then to them, they see the exact opposite. Like their whole like view will be like, oh, you're Deep Rock, and like here's the rival team.
Anything.
Yeah, you just program it the same for both, and then like pretend that the other one's whatever. And so then both of us would be like doing a mission, and we wouldn't necessarily be in the same spot, because then like it would just become a fight. Team deathmatch is what I was trying to think of. So instead of that, it would be more like a race. So it's like you're doing your dive over here, they're doing their dive over here, and then throughout each, there could be like certain things you get. Like, okay, you know how you use Nitro to like call down a supply drop? What if you could call down like an anti-supply drop for them or something? Like it calls something in, and maybe like those robots come out to attack them.
That'd
be
cool.
Stuff like that. So like you could use it. Like maybe you have like a little hub that you go to in your mission, and you can deposit stuff there and like mess with them, and then you like either win if you complete your main objective before them, or if they fail and all die. So like you can contribute to that by like increasing the enemies there or something.
Sure.
That sounds kind of Clash of Clansy or MMO like.
Actually, yeah, I see that.
You
Yeah,
got like factions against each other.
it's in my mind. What I'm reminded of is way back in Warcraft 3, playing on BattleNet. They had the like tower defense. There was like line tower defense, so you have like 8 different people playing, and they all have their own lane. But then you have to defend the enemies coming to you. But then you also had a shop where you could send enemies to the guy next to you, and then they have a shop to send it to the guy next to them, and so on and so forth. And so then, like, if the first guy gets defeated, anything that's sent there just goes straight through, and they go to the next guy, and to the next guy, and to the next guy, and to the next guy. So you have to be like pretty good for like a while. Otherwise, if somebody before you dies, like you just get hit with twice as much.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. It's just
No,
like
I could
that you
totally
could
see
send
that.
it
That'd
to
be
another.
a really cool way to. I don't know. I mean, I love this game. I think the developers are great, and the fact that they talk to their community is awesome.
Not only do they talk to their communities, they play games with their communities.
Yeah, they do. They have like the dev games, but I could totally see that to be a cool way to just make the game even more fun than it already is, because I think that game's very addictive.
Oh yeah.
You okay?
This mixture of alcohol and fun. Whoa.
And simulated alcohol and fun as well, because the game has
the bar, which is probably the best.
What's better, the bar or the dancing?
You can't have one without.
You can't have one or the other. Do both.
Yeah. So I guess for anyone that hasn't played it, there's the bar, in like the lobby area, and then there's like this big dance floor and a jukebox, and so you can go and pay like, I don't know, it's like 1 credit or something.
1 credit.
You have to pay.
You actually have to pay for it, yes. But like you're getting like
that's why you never know, because
I'm never the one.
It's such a low cost.
You're getting somewhere between like if you lose a mission, you get like 300 credits.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's minimum, and then if you win, you're getting like tens of thousands of credits, and it's only like it's either 1 or it's 5. It's something like that.
Okay.
So like you pay, but like you don't really notice it. But yeah, you do technically have to pay. I discovered that like last time, like not this last time we started playing, but the time before. I was like, oh, I've been paying this entire time. You have other people.
That reminded me though, because we talked about how briefly that you could like an idea you could change it. One of the things I love that they did, especially when I came back having not played it for a while, when I just went down, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to explore and see what they added and see if they did anything new. And I just found the giant space soccer goal nets. Like, I thought that addition was super cool, and I hope they do more of that.
I love it.
And it's just like hidden in nuts.
Yeah, they like hide little games for you to play.
Like the barrel game.
Well, yeah, because that one's also by the dance area. So yeah, because there's the bar, there's a dance area where you can play the music and stuff, and then there's like a little offshoot, like I don't know, it almost looks like walking the plank, kind of like there's this little balcony's a good word, yeah, a little balcony thing, and then there's like this hoop that just like goes back and forth, and it's got this little fire thing, and it's just like you shoot stuff in it, and it just explodes and whatever. But they have like this barrel dropper that keeps dropping barrels, and so you kick it, and you can because you can interact with a few things by kicking it throughout the lobby, but for the barrel game, you kick it and you have to get it into the hoop, which also then once you get it in can like speed up or slow down or whatever for the next one. And then there's a timer or a ticker thing to show you like your score. And I like that, like those
the little mini games that they just have.
So they have that. They have now the like soccer thing, and then
the gravity.
That's what I was thinking. Yes. Do you want to explain that one?
Well, it's a button I first found out about since I started playing for y'all. And as soon as I knew what I did, I knew I had to bring you into the game. So you basically just slam that button and all gravity goes out the roof and everything's flying everywhere. And people who haven't played the game before go crazy. And
then management is yelling at you. And they're like, why are you touching that button? This is don't.
Management's always.
Yeah,
they're always yelling. You like sneeze and they
kick a barrel into the pod bay.
That's true. If you kick any barrels into the wrong area, he gets mad.
Mm-hmm.
What does he say? He says something like,
"That's says a couple different lines."
Yeah.
Please remove all barrels from the pod bay, or something like that.
Okay, it's a completely different game, but what if you could play as the management dude? And so
I was
game
thinking about
becomes,
this the other day, like a logistics game.
Yeah,
and you're like,
it's
how
a
do I get them their
completely
supplies?
different game. Yeah, it all becomes like, okay, I got this like group going down, I got this group going, this one's over here. They're dying. Like, okay, I gotta put this like what
And that's why the escape pod is never where you need it
because he's just like clicking buttons.
He hates himself.
He thought he was getting
that.
promoted, but he was technically demoted.
I could see that. It'd be a fun like little mini game thing. I don't know.
I feel like they could like sell it as a completely
Oh
different.
yeah,
game.
they absolutely could.
But yeah,
you know what? I don't know if this would even work for the game because, like I said, the game's with just the basic missions. You're just leveling up, and that's fun. They could do like a story because they have Karl, and they could do either an old story where it's like Karl and you don't know it, and it's his team going through the stuff, and then it and then you jump to like what we're doing now, or you could just have it where it's a side mode where it's a story and just has like, oh, this is a legendary employee of the thing, and it's like employee of the month is kind of like the joke of it.
Okay.
Because the game's kind of silly in its own way. So you do like employee of the month. So you do the legendary like, oh, this is the great story of Karl, or I don't know, I can't name any other legendary dwarf, but
Karl.
Yeah, Karl. Yeah. I couldn't think of that.
Or, what about Karl?
Oh, Karl would be great.
M.U.L.E was named after someone.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But you could do stuff like that, where you could have like
the
small little lore dumps in the game with just like it's a unique mission. You have them do something, and then you could have like a little campaign with it.
So here's my thought with that, because they have a lot of stuff to do before prestiging.
Mm-hmm.
Once you prestige, it's essentially just doing more missions to unlock weapons or doing the deep dives and like getting those materials and stuff. What if they made that something that you can only do with prestige characters?
Cool.
So it gives you like more end game type stuff.
So if you're a prestige character, you could play that character on that legendary team.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Yeah, so you can only be the driller on that team, or like once you get like or I guess for me, I could only be the driller right now. But like once I get the scout, like because that's my next closest, then I could be one of the two, and then like if you have all of them, you can choose which one to be, and like yeah.
And then you could like get an extra thing by completing those campaigns for that character or something.
They could even make it like a cosmetic thing. Like if you complete the missions, you get like however that person's look.
Yeah,
you know,
like what's
maybe
the
they had a
lore
different
look for it,
and the different whatever, and so like you could unlock
That'd
to
be
look
cool.
like Karl or something.
Karl.
You could just be Molly.
No, okay, just Molly. Bosco. Just fly around. Yeah.
I feel like that's game breaking.
That's just Scout.
that is basically Scout.
Okay, so here's my question. Kind of unrelated to the game, but it's related to our drinks. These are really good drinks that we've had IRL. What is your
every
favorite?
single one of them, right?
3 out of 4.
3 out of 4.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that Gold Rush is.
Yeah, I know. Come on, step it up, man.
Okay, next time. Next
what would Karl do?
Yeah,
he would not have what Karl drank.
Oh, he would have drank that.
That's all he
is.
Yeah. Downing that.
What is your favorite in-game drink?
In-game drink?
And it can be the perk one or
the one that launches you into space.
I was going to say that.
Yeah,
anything that takes you to space.
Well, you guys don't want the Buzz Killer?
Is that the one that removes?
Yeah, removes all the drunk effects.
Yeah, Leaf Lover.
Yeah, the Leaf Lover. Leaf Lover special.
You know what that means, right? That's a reference to elves because dwarves hate elves.
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
Okay, we were talking about like a way to implement elves before, but I didn't realize
that's
that was
funny.
There's all those
they could have drinks
I
themselves,
love
and it's just like tea or something.
Okay, wait. Here, what if these bugs are the elves, and that's why we're killing them?
Oh, and they got like corrupted.
This got extreme.
I know.
This got
theories.
very extreme.
I don't have anything to base that off of other than just
Stonks.
stomp.
I just like I love when I bought the supporter pack. The addition was you got a special Glyphid Slammer.
Yeah.
That's just in a gold mug, and that's the only difference. It does sparkle. Yeah. That's what's awesome. What's the other one? There's the one that makes you explode.
There's the one that gives you bad farts.
The bad fart.
And you smell then there's flies, which there's no flies ever in the game until you drink this beer.
Except for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, the one that launches
else?
you into space is great.
There's the one that freezes you.
There's the Everstone, which is a Lord of the Rings reference,
Oh.
which is the one that freezes you solid for drinking it.
Yeah. I didn't realize that was a reference.
Okay.
That's for
That's why I got
it's the Hobbit
There's the
stone.
one that does like localized low gravity,
Yeah, that one's fun.
right? Isn't that?
Yes,
Or am I
that
mixing
that's
this
what
up? Okay, I swear that was in it. Maybe I'm just mixing it up.
That's the thing, because you can go into that's the other thing I was gonna say. You can go into the levels drunk, like we mentioned. What I wish you could do, I've tried to break it. I know I won't be able to. I've tried to break it.
Oh yeah, when he cheated.
No, I didn't. No, I was testing something.
Remember
We
that?
won't talk about
I
it.
remember.
I was testing something.
Filthy
I
cheating.
wish you
Okay.
could take the drink effect on certain drinks, because like the one that just teleports you to space would be ridiculous. But or maybe you could do it where like you drink that, you got time, like you got to finish it fast, or you're out there. You could do the effects of the drinks in the actual like dives. So like the exploding
You
one,
can do freezing.
you can do you do the no, I meant like the exploding one. You could do the exploding one, and then that would allow you to kind of semi-randomly it happens, but you can maybe control it in the campaign. So you could explode if you needed to, like to get rid of it. Maybe it's like a one-time
Here's
use.
an idea. We're talking about subclasses before.
Mm-hmm.
What if the driller has a subclass where he becomes a demolition expert? So he
He already
doesn't
is.
have the drills
Fireballs.
anymore, but instead has more explosives and can basically become Junkrat, where he like throws it on the ground and
That'd be
like,
interesting.
hops
What
around.
if engineer subclass? He's a bartender and he has those.
Oh,
It's just the bartender robot that's doing it. That's
there's no
Just
benefit.
portable
It's just the drink.
Yeah, that's it.
That'd be
Okay.
interesting.
But you still have to pay because
You still have to pay,
It's
yeah.
deep rocks. So
So
you
I
have
get
to
the
pay.
money.
No.
If
It's
no,
straight to, or maybe you skim off a little because
Yeah,
you're just a
yeah, I
bartender.
got-
You don't own the bar.
It depends.
Management owns.
Yeah, your turret shoots the drinks out.
It gets the bugs from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, wait. Actually, that would be kind of fun.
That'd be
Like
fun.
if it did a little like sprinklers type
Yeah.
thing where it just shoots out.
Well, you could. I mean, I know some games do this. You could do it where if you do that, you get a little money that gets taken away from playing it. So like every shot, it takes a little bit of money from you. Like you have to and management has to take their cut or something. Like that's the joke.
Like who's the character in League when she flips the coin
Samira.
and it takes one.
Yeah,
Away
it's
from
like some really insignificant number,
Yeah.
but it still does it to you.
I
It'd be
love that.
fun.
Just the flick, and then you have -1.
Well, and then you
It
could
does
do
more
like
true damage.
unique.
You're right. You're right.
Then you could do like unique perks. So like it does, we have Tunnel Rat, which is my favorite perk drink. But you could also have it like one time. If you played as that, it could give you a second perk drink that you don't have.
Okay. Sure.
And like, but you have to have that character to even do it. And that character has,
they basically become like a bard type thing.
Yeah,
Like,
basically.
they're like a support.
We're just playing D&D at that point.
Oh my
But
God.
still, it's
I mean,
fun.
we're all dwarves.
Yeah.
All right. Here's a question. So now that we've talked about like most of the game and like the
Sure.
stuff, so how would you describe the game, or like what would you do if like you heard somebody was like maybe thinking of playing it? Like what would you say to them to try to get them to play it? Like
Give him an alert and say for Karl.
that's gonna drive people away.
that would drive me away.
That would give us the good one.
I always have a hard time like convincing people like, oh, this is the game you should play.
Mm.
I think if you had never played this game, you were kind of interested in it, but you didn't really know anything about it. I guess what I would say is something along the lines of, if you like games that are sort of casual, because it's a really casual game, you can pick it up and quit at any time. You like a game that's sort of cooperative, and if you are really hardcore into it, you can have those insane difficulty spikes, and it's got that little bit of you could just shoot if you want to do the guy that's just zipping around and having fun, you can do that. If you like doing a traditional support in like an RPG or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
This game has a little bit of everything for any sort of player, casual or hardcore, but
Okay.
I would say if you're really looking forward to it, like you really don't know if you want to play it, you need to know do I want something that's just kind of, I don't want to say dumb fun because that's not the case. If you just want something that's casual and fun, that you can play with your friends or play solo and have tons of hours that you can just sink into this game as much as you want, this is the game for you, kind of thing.
What about you?
I'll go last.
Okay.
He convinced us technically.
That's
so.
true. That's true. Yeah,
that's
you
the
found it
first one to
first.
play.
Um,
All alone.
shoot, while you were talking, I had something, and now I'm losing it. But it was okay. That's what I was gonna say. So, it's like obviously like so if you like hardcore like strategy games or like something, this might not be a game you enjoy. But if you really enjoy like shooters, this could be a game you like. Even though it's not like it's a shooter, but it's not like the same type of like it's not like COD or like Halo
it's
or
not.
something.
You're not 360 no scoping the bugs.
Yeah,
Speak for
I mean you
yourself.
could
you can, but spin the mouse wheel.
All the time.
up the sensitivity.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, okay. So I'd say if you're somebody who enjoys shooters to some extent, right? Because I think this, like you said, with difficulty, is it's a game that like if you're really bad at shooters but you enjoy playing it, you can play this.
It's actually really
Or
good for you.
If you're really good at,
don't like shooters a lot.
yeah, I kind of like them, but not enough to like really get into them. So this is like perfect. Where I'm like, oh, there's other aspects I can focus on while shooting. But yeah, but that's kind of where I was going. So like, so you can play more like that, or if you're really into shooting and stuff, you can get more into just higher difficulties where that's more of a focus. Is you have to constantly be shooting the bugs and everything.
Sure.
So I'd say, like, first just see if the person like likes shooters, and then if they do, I mean, play it. Like that's it. Just like try it out. Like there's the different classes. Like if you like doing more like unique type things, each class has something they can do that's unique. If you don't mind about that, I mean, Gunner is always there. Like, yeah, they still have the zipline stuff, but for the most part, they just shoot.
Right.
And,
Well,
yeah.
You could also do that too. If you like shooters, but you get into it and you're like, I really don't like the shooting aspect, which I think the shooting in this game is great, but you're really into the mining for whatever reason, you can just play Driller, and you can just, all right, I'm just going to mess around. I'm going to drill through all the walls because I can. And you've done that. You just like shooting the platforms everywhere, digging through the walls. That's just a cool aspect of that game that you don't have to be a shooter player to get into.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. What was yours?
All right. So now you're
going last.
Oh no, he's taking the glass.
Do you feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders? Do you have an undescribable rage towards bugs that you just need to let out against the world? Do you have a problem with alcohol and you want to turn that into fun with friends? Well, then come on down to Deep Rock Galactic. We got all of the above and more. You like rocks? We got rocks. You like people? They're dwarves. They're kind of people. They're like half a person. There's some math involved. Who cares? But come on down. We'll shoot some stuff together. It's root, toot, butt, kick, and fun. That's what got that.
Oh, hey, I'm sold. I'm going to go buy my copy today.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's the meal.
Which, it's the...
Yeah.
This is the most refreshing after all.
Also, I realized we were making jokes and completely glossed over your question about the drinks. That was you that was asking that, right? Were you going to say which drink we liked?
No.
That was you?
We kind of answered it.
I'm sorry.
Well, which drink did you like?
What's your favorite
part
perk drink?
Okay.
I guess. Let's go to that.
I thought that's where you were going. Wait, what were you saying?
Because I asked, what was your favorite, just like, general?
You asked in the game.
Yes.
Okay,
and then what was your favorite joke?
I guess
drink,
in
like,
my mind,
drink?
I was going, which of these did you like?
No, we
best?
were fine.
Okay. Yeah,
you could do that if you want.
That'll be the next one. What do you guys like the best?
Of all of these?
Yeah.
The first one.
Yeah.
The first one is really good.
I like the aesthetic of it.
Yeah.
Honestly, okay, so taste, I'm a sucker for mules. So that's probably my
The
favorite.
mule
tasting.
is the most refreshing after the Karl. That's what I will be calling it.
Karl, baby.
I don't know. I liked all of them. I thought yours was the most creative. I thought that was super
Yeah.
cool. The aesthetic of the
Thanks.
rock candy in there.
I just had like name puns.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, like, I was debating doing something like that too. So, yeah.
I liked this one too that I drank. I didn't drink it a lot.
Yeah,
I liked it. It proceeds to not drink any of it.
Hey, there's a lot here. I gotta get through a lot of drinks.
Just so they can see how much you
Yeah, I still have a lot to go. I'm a slow drinker though.
True. Well, yeah, I guess, is there anything else that you guys wanted to say with Deep Rock, or... I can't think of anything else.
I
Right now.
can't. Just go buy the game if you're interested. If any of our conversation, of our ramblings made you want to play this game, go do it. Support the developers.
Well, the other thing too, also, sorry.
Go
Great
ahead.
developers.
You're the leader.
No, but like you said, developers, and I was like, yeah, great developers. Definitely support. It reminds me of like Stardew. Like it's people that I want to support.
Yeah, exactly.
So like I don't feel bad buying like a DLC or extra content because
I actually don't
they
feel
deserve
bad buying
it.
these things.
Yeah. But what I was gonna say is, so I know that they had it on Game Pass for a while on Xbox. So if you want to try it there, you can try it for free.
It was on PlayStation
free if you
too.
have Game Pass.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So was it one of the like free for 1 month, or like you can download it in that month?
Yeah, you can download it for that month, and then I think it got discounted for a while. On
okay, so you could probably get it. I mean, I know you can get it there, but you can probably get it there cheap. And
I
then
don't believe it's cross-platform.
Switch.
I don't think it is.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, at least.
It's not.
But then on Steam, what I was gonna say is like because we played on Steam, or just on PC with Steam. But well, I realize you can use Steam on like Switch. I think.
Sure.
I swear I heard that. Maybe I'm mixing stuff up.
You're probably thinking the Steam Deck that's coming out,
That's
which is
what
basically the Switch.
That's what I was
for
thinking.
Steam.
Yes, that's exactly what I
So
was thinking.
excited.
But anyway, so like with Steam, you can like refund a game within 2 hours of play.
It's within 2 weeks of buying it and 2 hours of playing.
Okay, so you could like go into the game, do the tutorial, play like one dive, see if you like it or not. If you don't, you could always return it.
Yeah, that's kind of
basically where I'm getting at.
I wish this
it's
is
not that
Are we
difficult.
sponsored right now?
Oh, I wish.
This is a side comment to that. I really wish more games did demos like they used to, like the old school 90s, early 2000s when everything had a demo. I wish they could. But at the same time, I get why they don't. But the Steam refund has really helped.
Playing Viva Pinata demo.
Yeah.
Give you 1 hour.
You could play the whole game, though.
Me and my friend Tyler, we used to have sleepovers, and we would speed run the demo because you have to do the tutorial stuff.
Yeah.
So we found out ways to do it as quickly as possible, so we had more time to do other stuff in the game. Because both of us were in middle school, so we like had no money, so we never bought the game. And then I think he got it for Christmas or something, and then we both got really excited, and then proceeded to almost never play it.
Nice.
So
hey, that 1 hour though, you got a lot of time out of it.
We got a lot of time out of those hours. Just 1 hour done. New demo. 1 hour done. New demo.
So when you buy the actual game, though.
I know that was the problem.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, we got
completely
off
off
topic.
topic.
So yeah, but I mean, all of us would recommend the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I love this game. It's so much fun.
Yeah, and I think like
No cap.
most people would enjoy it. But
yeah, I think I could recommend this game. I don't like recommending games to people because everyone has a different taste.
Yeah.
This is one of the games that I say, regardless of how you're a gamer, this is a great game to play. Hardcore early, hardcore, kind of just casual players. Everyone can get something out of this game, I think. Truly.
Cool. Well, yeah. Okay, so I guess recap of drinks. We had the mudslide with garnish.
Garnish.
I'll call it. Yeah.
Rock and Stone.
We had Rock and... Oh, I should have called it Rock and Stone.
Because the Rock could be the...
We're retconning the name. Retconning the name.
Retconning.
Stone. It's Rock and
We'll
Stone.
edit it out.
Rock and Stone. Because where I was getting... So we had that. We had the Karl drink.
Karl!
Which is just Malort.
Then we had the Gold Rush.
The Gold Rush.
Gold Rush. And then we had the Moscow Mule in honor of Molly, the mule. But anyway, so where I was going to get to with that is I'm going to put post all the recipes, or at least links to the recipes, in the description. And then somewhere try to get some pictures of them so you guys can see what they look like if you didn't get a good look here, or if anyone's just listening and not watching, because I'm mostly going to put it on YouTube. But otherwise, it's been about an hour and a half of hopefully not terrible time.
I
had a good time.
Yeah. We'll edit it down to like 5 minutes. Like usable
YouTube short.
Yeah. TikToks.
Oh, that's how you hit the young folks. Okay.
But anyways, yeah. So this has been Zach with Lhito and Matt from It's dangerous to go alone. Drink this. And till next time, enjoy life.
Rocket Stone.
Rocket Stone!
Rocket Stone! Starting this podcast took a good amount of work, so I wanted to thank all the people who helped make not just this first episode, but the podcast as a whole. First, I would like to thank my friend Jordan, who you may meet in a future episode. He helped come up with the ideas of what this podcast would be. Next, I'd like to thank my awesome sister Michaela and my amazing friend Sol, who created the cover art and intro music respectively. Both of them are extremely talented, and if you'd like to see more of their creativity, I'll link their Instagrams, the accounts in the description. Of course, thank you to Lhito and Matt for joining this episode as guests, and for helping me to dissect our time together to figure out how to make improvements for future episodes. I had a ton of fun talking with you two and can't wait for our next discussion. I'd like to thank my girlfriend Deidre, who you'll meet in the second episode, my family, and all my college friends who supported me and helped to review the first episode for me. Lastly, and honestly most importantly, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for listening. There will be some more episodes coming out soon, so if you enjoyed this, watch your feeds for more. You can also follow me on Instagram at It's Dangerous to Go Alone Drink This. That's just the name of the show with no spaces or apostrophes. And I will be posting the recipes to all the drinks seen here. So if you feel like testing them out yourself, that's the best place to find them. I'll post them at the same time that the new episode drops. So if you'd like to drink along with us, that would be the place to go. If you have any questions or want to make recommendations for the show, be sure to reach out either via Instagram or send me an email at itsdangerousToGoAloneDrinkThis@gmail.com. Again, that's just the name of the show with no spaces or punctuation between words. I'll also add links to these in the show notes. Thank you all again, and remember, it's dangerous to go alone. Drink this.
Wait, what is he doing? Wait, look at me.
I got it that time.
Okay, I recorded that part.